All right, guys, that's why it's super important to slow down and pay attention to what you're doing in the kitchen, especially when you're baking, because every single measurement counts. And if you're missing something or you put too much of something, it's a wrap for that. If I would have put all that butter in there and mixed it in, I would have had to quadruple, well, I would have doubled this batch. And that was the only way I was going to save it. But if I didn't catch it, which I don't think I probably would have, the cookies would have spread. They would have been oozing all over the pan, and it wouldn't hit me until I was baking them off. So glad I caught it. All right, so let's get the butter and the sugars mixed in. Like I said, everything is room temp, so this should come together pretty easy. And I can really smell that brown butter and vanilla. It smells great. And I've never made toffee before, but this makes me want to try. Like, I've been thinking about it all day. See how fast that comes together? I took the brown butter out and set it on the work table this morning. So it's like the perfect consistency. I'm gonna switch to my spatula in a second so we can really kind of cream this. Maybe there's a little more air into it. Not crazy, but see, it's still kind of, it's a little lumpy looking. And I'm telling y'all, this smells incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm already liking the way this is looking. See all the little brown bits in there? Completely different from the original chocolate chip cookie dough. I'm excited to see how it all bakes up. Give it a little bit more elbow grease, and then we're going to add in our eggs. Okay, see, that's a little bit more like it. Butter is turned a little bit more pale. I think we're good to go. So, got our eggs here. I'm gonna go in with a half at a time. My arm's getting tired, y'all. That's how much I love y'all. I want y'all to try these. This is going to be one of 6 flavors this in the Valentine's Day box. It's going to be extra special. Yesterday we did the banana pudding dough and the graham cracker dough for the strawberry cheesecake cookie. And the rest of the eggs. Mix it in. See how that texture is changing? It's getting like silky now. First it had kind of a little rough look to it. Now it's getting whipped up and silky smooth. creaming method part of cookie dough is probably the hardest when you're doing it by hand. After that, you're home free. Oh, it smells great. Let me see how that just came together. That is, look at the brown bits. Look at that. That's flavor, baby. Okay, so we're good to go there. And you see, we already got our flour, baking soda, salt, and our chocolate chips weighed out in the bowl. So all we gotta do is just dump it in. Now for the fun part. And I'm probably gonna do this in like 3 additions, because this is a lot of flour. I'm gonna use my hand. That way it won't be as tough on my arm here. Okay. So soft. I like that. Okay. Second addition going in. Okay. I'm just gonna mix this nice and easy so the flour doesn't go everywhere. The flour tends to want to jump out the bowl. Okay. And the third. There. Okay. See, now that we added the rest of the flour, the dough is getting a little tighter, a little denser. It's not as wet. It's still a very soft dough, very, very moist dough. And you see, if I would have tried to mix the flour in first and then the chips, how hard of a time I would have mixing that in. It would really be a nightmare, to be honest. Trying to make sure I get all the flour off the bottom of the bowl so that the dough is thoroughly mixed. I don't want no pockets of dry flour or anything like that. And since I'm mixing this by hand, it's going to be tougher to overmix. looks great. Okay. Okay. Let's grab a bit. Let's see. Look at that. Nice and moist, soft, ready to scoop. All right, so we're gonna get our sheet pans ready, line them with some parchment, and get to scooping. All of my cookies are 3 ounces. Just big enough so that you might have enough room for a second one. That's why I do my cookie packs in 2s, 4s, and 12s. Unless you might want some cookies for yourself, or you might want to share. But I want to give you guys a chance to order some cookies without having to be, dedicating to ordering a dozen of one flavor. So I'll try to give y'all a little wiggle room there when you purchase them. This dough is slightly different too. I'm seeing with the browning of the butter, because some of that liquid is cooked off. So once we're done scooping these, we're gonna wrap them up and put the dough in the fridge. Either fridge or deep freezer. I wanna put a pan in the fridge and a pan in the freezer. But at any rate, we're gonna have to let the dough rest. When you rest your cookie dough, you get a chance for all the ingredients to come together, and for the butter, the sugar, the eggs, and the flour to all come together. And the cookie is gonna bake up a lot better than if you would have baked these like right away. Like even if you wait a couple of hours, it would be better than doing it right away. But I say about at least 48 hours is the best. And I would say, if you have the space in your fridge to refrigerate the dough, because I feel like when it's not so cold, you allow the ingredients to come together faster. And when you're ready to bake them, you don't really have to wait for them to thaw out. At least not as long, because the dough isn't frozen. So I'm gonna do one pan in the freezer, one in the fridge. That way when I'm ready to bake off some sample cookies, I can just get right to it. It's not gonna be too hard on you, taking up too much time. We got 6 flavors we gotta bake off. We got red velvet cookies and cream. We got banana pudding. We got sea salt caramel, which we gotta make that cookie base tomorrow. We have a butter cookie with the Valentine's Day M&Ms. What else do we have? Of course, we got the brown butter chocolate chip. I'm missing something. Strawberry cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake, and I feel like there's something else. Can't think of it right now, but I will be making those tomorrow. Got 2 more of those to make, I believe, because this is the 4th one. I did the red velvet, did the banana pudding, and the graham cracker cookies yesterday. That makes 4, so I got 2 more. Yeah, so those are all the flavors. But this box is gonna be super dope. It's fun for me because I get to make some flavors that are off menu, and you guys get to try something special and give it to your sweetheart on Valentine's Day. It's gonna feel special. I appreciate everybody who placed orders for the Christmas holidays. It's really cool seeing everybody pull up to the barbershop and get your orders. Everybody was happy. Hope that everybody's new year has been blessed so far. Mine certainly has. Things can always be better, but you know, I feel like we should just be thankful for what we have and push forward so we can get to where we want to be. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see how my chocolate chip cookie customers like these in comparison to the original. Like what will you all's comments be? Do you think it tastes the same? Does it taste better in a good way? Would you prefer this over the original? I'm interested to see how that goes. This is a lot of cookie dough. And for my bakers out there, I got this scoop here from HEB. I got a couple of them. I need to get some more because these are only $5. And I bought an expensive scoop from the restaurant supply store, and it broke on me day 1. I've been using these pretty much since I got the website up and going, and they've been great. A really smooth scoop, and even though you can kind of tell it's lightweight and it's not expensive material, they really hold up to the pressure and the reps that I'm getting in scooping this cookie dough. So if you don't know, now you know. Look for the scoop with the gray handle with the kitchen gadgets and HEB. Tell them OL sent you. See that? It's Our Goods brand. $5. Can't beat it. Okay, so that's 1 pan down. Got another pan to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this one up and pan up the next one, and see how many portions we end up with. And that's gonna be a wrap for this video, guys. Next week I will show you the bake, and we'll check out how it browns, how it spreads, how it tastes, how it pulls apart, all that good stuff. Okay. All right, y'all. So we ended up with 66 portions. We got 35 on this pan, and we have 31 on this one. So that's plenty just to get us started off. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one in the fridge and one in the deep freezer. We're gonna let this dough rest for at least 2 days. We're probably gonna make this stuff off on Monday, along with the rest of the flavors. so we can give it some time to be perfect, absolutely perfect for the content. This one's stuck behind something. Cinnamon roll filling. All right. All right, that does it, guys. I'll be back in tomorrow to film the other two flavors. We have a sea salt caramel and the butter cookie with the Valentine's M&Ms on top. Okay.